In 1937, a journalist found one of the last lamplighters in Fulham and asked him how long he'd been doing the job. The man tipped his head, thought for a moment, and said the gas lamps he'd started with had a different kind of flame. They'd been replaced 35 years ago. He had been lighting London's lamps for over 40 years. His name has been lost. The journalist who interviewed him called him simply Mr. Leerie, the affectionate Scottish name that Robert Louis Stevenson had made famous in a children's poem 50 years earlier. By the time of that 1937 conversation, only 412 manual lamplighters were left in all of London. Of those, 31 still lit the old flat flame burners by hand. Mr. Leerie was one of those 31. The job had been simple in description and brutal in practice. At dusk, every evening, he walked his assigned route, called a muster, carrying a long wooden pole tipped with a tiny acetylene flame that couldn't blow out in the wind. He climbed a short ladder, opened the gas valve, lit the mantle, climbed down, walked to the next lamp, and started again. There were thousands of lamps. The route took hours. At dawn, he walked the whole route in reverse to put them all out. He cleaned the soot. He replaced cracked glass. He fixed broken mantles in the rain. He had been doing this since the 1890s. When he started, London had over 100,000 gas lamps. By 1937, automatic clock-controlled valves had replaced most of them. By the 1950s, the manual route was almost entirely gone. The lamplighter who had inspired Stevenson and Dickens, who had been the unofficial mascot of foggy Victorian London, who had walked the same streets for 40 years humming to himself, had quietly disappeared from the city he had lit. Almost. Today, in 2026, around 1,500 gas lamps still glow in central London. They light Whitehall and Pall Mall, the royal parks, and the front of Buckingham Palace. They still need lighting, cleaning, and maintenance. The work is now done by a team of 5 engineers who ride motor scooters between the lamps and answer to English heritage. One lamp on Carting Lane runs on the methane gas rising from London's sewers, the last of its kind. The Leerie's poem, his pole, his ladder, his bicycle, all gone. But the lamps he lit are still burning. 5 men in the world still know how to keep them alive.